Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, AvgJoeWatchReviews, where we do more than just reviews. Today we have a TAG Heuer on the channel today. This is indeed the TAG Heuer Monaco. This is one of the most iconic watches from the TAG Heuer lineup. Very recognizable indeed. Huge shout out to Saltzman's Watches out of Rhode Island for sending this in for review. Thank you so much once again for lending me such a prestigious and also very expensive watch indeed. So definitely check these guys out. They sell everything from Oris, Luminox, Casio, Citizen, TAG, Breitling. Guys, they have a lot of different varieties for you, so definitely check them out and let them know that Average Joe sent you. So here we go with the TAG Heuer Monaco. This is definitely, as I stated, one of the most iconic watches that TAG has produced. This is iconic for a couple reasons. You have some of the older generation, some of the baby boomers out there that would know this as the Steve McQueen watch from the movie Le Mans back in 1971. It's my understanding that Steve McQueen actually chose this watch, selected to wear it in the movie. And then, of course, you have our current generation, and maybe a generation after that, after the baby boomers, guys like my age in the mid 40s, right, 35 to 40 range, who would be familiar with this watch for a much different reason, and that is from the hit series Breaking Bad. And this is definitely the iconic watch that Jesse Pinkman gives to Walter White. To average Joes that became huge drug kingpins. So Walter White gets an upgrade from a Casio calculator watch, which costs right around $30, and Jesse upgraded him to this $7,500 model, or at least that's what Saltzman is going to charge you for this watch. So let's take a closer look at this watch here. Now, in the movie, or should I say in the series, it was definitely given in a different box. So this one here is a different variety of box, but definitely the same watch. So this is indeed the chronograph version. This houses the in-house caliber 02 chronograph movement, has an 80-hour power reserve, 28,800 beats per hour. Now we have 33 joules in this movement, and as you can see, it is a skeletonized movement. You can actually see it right here. Check that out. I like how it's a movement that you can spin, because in a lot of cases you really don't get much movement. So here you definitely get a little bit of movement on that rotor there. So I noticed something as I was wearing this, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. It was in regards to the rotor spin. Sometimes you get to hear it actually, just like I do in my Navi timer. So just want to give you guys a listen and have you decide for yourself whether or not this is something that So yeah, there you go with some of the rotor noise. It's something that you really have to listen closely to, but just wanted to bring that to your attention and give you guys a soundbite of that. And you do get some font on the rotor stating that this is indeed the TAG Heuer caliber 02. You've got the symbol there of TAG Heuer, and of course the fact that it is indeed Swiss made. Now, you're going to get these 4 screws that are going to keep that case on there. You get that cabochon striping there, which is a nice fancy touch. And of course, why not? You get TAG Heuer actually stamped on the movement itself. And look at that. You get a red accent right here on the wheel there. So very nice touch indeed. This is definitely one of those watches where people either love it or they hate it. And quite frankly, I haven't decided. I'm actually probably in the rare category of undecided. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it on for you. I'm actually today wearing the Longines Hydro Conquest two-tone. And I'm going to put that aside there. And we're going to try on, yes, this big boy. Now, I say big boy, but yet the stats say this is a 39 millimeter. And the reason for that is when we take a measurement here, if we measure it from side to side, because it's a square case, it is indeed a 39 millimeter. However, when you look at it on wrist, it's a chunky monkey. But because it's square, it wears more like a 40. To me, it wears more like a 43. Some people have said 42. But it definitely wears larger than what the stats will say. Now, this is, as I stated, a chunky monkey at a 15 millimeters in thickness. However, you do get 47.7, so almost a 48 millimeter lug to lug, considering that your lugs are very stubby, however, which is a great touch, and they also angle down. This does not spill over the wrist, and this will indeed fit most wrists. For me, at a 7-inch wrist, it definitely fits mine just fine. I think if you're a wrist size at, I would say 6.5 and below, you're probably gonna have a little bit of issue, I guess, with the size. But I think the lugs are going to help with that, should I say, that image, that it's not going to be too large, even though it looks like a large watch. I don't know if I'm being clear here, but the fact is, I think if you have a 6 3/4 wrist and above, I think this watch looks just fine. But again, it's personal preference. Anything less than that, if you want to wear it, great. You know, in my opinion, it's not too heavy, and I think the leather strap definitely helps with the weight. But it is not as top heavy as I was expecting. So take that as it may. Now, we do get a vertical clutch with this. And I would say that this watch is actually, in my opinion, very similar to another icon. So actually, it probably would help if I wind this watch. This is not a screw down crown, by the way, so you can indeed just start winding the watch, just like so. And now we can activate the pusher, just like that. Get a very stiff engagement. Now, this in-house movement is very comparable to the Breitling B01 movement. However, with this movement, you're getting a better power reserve. From my memory, I believe the B01 has a 70-hour power reserve, where this one has an 80-hour power reserve. So you're getting 10 hours more in power reserve. So, but very, very comparable, considering the fact that they have that vertical clutch, which allows you to operate the chronograph without any type of skipping. It's very seamless. That's your advantage of that vertical clutch right there. It provides you a more accurate timing mechanism, since you're not getting any type of skipping, and you're getting prompt right there, prompt response. Once you hit that, there's no, the hand doesn't jump. As soon as you push it, it just starts like it should. So that's my understanding of what a vertical clutch, the advantage of that is. And as I stated, the Breitling B01 and the Navi timer, which this one is not the B01, but here's two icons right here. Two watches that when you see it on someone's wrist, you're going to know right away what type of watch this is, even from across the room. That's how iconic these two watches are. This Navi timer, it's iconic for different reasons than this one, because this one has a lot of movie heritage This one has more of historical heritage. But they're definitely both icons in their own right. And the movements, at least in the newer Breitling, can be comparable to this TAG Heuer in-house movement. Now, when we take a look at the design of this, you actually have other Monaco models that will have the crown on the left side and the pushers on the right. This one here has everything on the right side. Now, I love the fact that this model here has your sub-seconds at the 6 o'clock, and you also get a date window at the 6 o'clock as well in white, which kind of gives or complements the white sub-dials, which are squared as well. So, it doesn't look out of place, and I love the red accents that you get here as well. So you're going to get red sub-second hands, and you're also going to get that red chronograph hand as well. You do get luminescence, and I'll give you guys a lume shot right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop and reset the movement and watch everything just snaps right back into place. Right side is going to be your minute tracker up to 30 minutes, and your left side is going to give your 12-hour timer. So it's going to register your time up to 12 hours. So you're going to get a square case, but you're still getting the traditional circular timekeeping of a watch, which is a very interesting touch of this watch. Now, when we turn it to the side, we do get the TAG Heuer logo right there, and you get your pushers, and they are angled so that when you push them, it makes sense. You get them at an angle as opposed to pushing straight in. So I like that touch there. You do get brushing on the side, and TAG does a very nice job on their brushing. Definitely a premium look, but you also get contrast with the polishing on the tops of the lugs and some on the top. Like even here, I guess right at the top there, as you can see, there's a transition to polish. And this crystal here is very prominent. I mean, look how that just sticks up. I mean, that is like, there's a good amount of crystal that sticks up there. It almost looks like a jewel. And that's a very interesting look indeed, and gives this watch just a thicker appearance than normal, I would say. So interesting look, I would say, and something that you don't see in pictures, so until you see it in person and you're like, wow, that is one prominent crystal. So that's a heck of a beveling right there. And again, you're seeing more of that really nice brushing there. Now, one of the drawbacks of this watch is the fact that I don't see any anti-reflective coating. So this watch can be hard to see at certain angles and can get washed out in the light. There may be some anti-reflective coating, but I haven't seen anything in regards to anything in the literature, nor do I see any type of evidence of it when I've worn it. So I would have liked to seen some anti-reflective, or at least more of it if there is some, but I'm just not seeing evidence of that. Now, this blue dial is a sunburst dial, and it is very rich. It's a very beautifully done dial. And if I could just move these hands out for you, just to kind of give you a better look at this dial here. I mean, this is just really beautifully done. You are getting 100 meters of water resistance, which, with my Navi timer, you only get 50 meters. And at the end of the day, you're not going to swim with either of these watches. This one being a pilot watch and this one being just on a leather strap. But you can actually swim with this one being 100 meters. Would have been nice to have a screw down crown. I always feel more secure in water with a screw down crown. And I know that's just my own fear. It's it's not based off of anything more than that. Me personally, I feel a little bit more secure with a screw down crown. I just feel like it keeps out more of that water, even though you got gaskets that are working at here. So So there's no worry in regards to taking this in the water. Definitely wouldn't dive with it. And of course, being on leather, I would not even go into water with it because you will ruin your strap. But this is definitely just one of those watches where you just know. People just know this watch. And it's a lot more comfortable than I expected. And I don't know if this has it grown on me. I would say, the fact that I've actually been able to wear this and see it in person, I have a new respect for this watch, and it's a watch that I now would consider, as opposed to saying absolutely not looking at it in the pictures. So seeing is believing, and it's one of those things where you just have to try it on to really see if you love the watch. And I love the color coordination of it. I love the blue and the red and the white together. It's Americana, right? Red, white, and blue. So yeah, this watch is named after the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix, auto racing. It definitely has that auto racing look to it. It's very sporty, yet you can totally dress this watch up as well. It's very versatile. You can definitely wear this with a tuxedo, but you can also just wear this with a jeans and t-shirt, no doubt about it. Very nice clasp, by the way. I do like the tag on there, the tag logo, and also the fact that the clasp itself is the logo as well. And you get a very similar feature that Breitling has on their watches, where you tuck in the leather there, so it goes through. It is a different mechanism, though. TAG has their own way of doing it. As you can see here, instead of stuffing it in there, it's a little bit easier to just bring it through. So you have this little mechanism here that you click, and it'll lock it in place. All right, so that's a nice little touch there that you can unclip that. You can adjust it in and out, and then lock it in place. But there's your. It's a dual deployment, by the way. Inside of the leather, you do get some branding there. So you got TAG Heuer there. And you also get, I don't think you get anything over here, right? Yeah, nothing over here. It's a nice leather strap. It is a crocodile embossed. I don't know if this is real alligator. I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it. It just feels like a leather with the embossing. But I could be wrong, so you definitely could roast me in the comments down below. Let me know. But I think it's a leather with the regular leather with the crocodile embossing. But the movement decoration is definitely above average. It is done very nicely, and you get a very nice racing look here. It would look like, to me, 3/4 of a rim for that rotating rotor there. And I'm going to give you a better look at that, by the way. Let me just take this off, and I'm going to slip this leather out here. So I'll just kind of show you how this works. There we go. Just kind of slip that right out, just like that. Boom. All right, so we can get a better look here at the movement. Take a look at that. Give it to your right side up there. Not a bad looking movement, guys. Not a bad looking movement. There you go, 33 joules. I like how they have a lot of the information even written even inside. It's a Swiss made. Let's see. It's kind of like reading a short little book here. Let me read this off camera. Since 1860, it says inside. Yeah, so right there, Swiss made since 1860. You get some stuff up here. So you get a lot of details on the back, which I wish more companies did. It just gets you a little bit more intimate with your watch, and you'll know some facts that without having to go on the internet and Google it, right? It's nice that they have it on the case back, so it's a nice touch. But yeah, at the end of the day, very nice watch. If you want to, let's just take a look at see when indeed we change over. The date, as you can see down on the bottom, is starting to turn. Yeah, just right around 11:55, it will change. Very acceptable indeed. And then what I'm going to do here is I want to show you how to switch over the date with a quick change date. We're going to pop it out to the first position, and we're simply going to turn it. And you can hear the movement as well. Not too shabby. Second position here, we'll rotate the crown. Get a little bit of stiffness. You get a little bit of stiffness here, so you get that quality feel. So this is like a really precise crown to where you can really get your minute hand to where you want it without really, there's not a lot, like as you can see here, there's a little bit of play, but it doesn't move. So I like that. You get a lot of precision here, which is what you want in a watch. And there you go there. But yeah, overall, I have to say I'm impressed with this watch. $7,500 price tag is definitely a lot of money. And when you compare a $7,500 price tag to the new Breitling Navitimers, they're at $9,500. So you got similar movements, both of vertical clutches, similar power reserves, similar functionality even. However, you get much different look. Both icons in their different rights. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, tell me down below, which one would you choose if you had the choice? Would it be the Navitimer, or would it be the TAG Heuer Monaco? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. But until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. God bless. Have a great one.